Greetings, friends. Gemini Brett here with video number 10 in this Stellarium for Astrologers instructional video series, the 2023 edition. You know, in our last video, while we were exploring the search window, we came across this interesting thing when we were looking in this lists and of asteroids and Pallas. Just search in that list, that we found that it says, note, orbital elements outdated, consider updating. And I said, well, we'll stumble across wherever we do that along our way, but maybe we could use the help window to figure out how to do that. So let me hit the help window here. Help, keys, further reading. Doesn't really seem to be anywhere where we can just type in how to update the asteroid orbital elements, right? Well, let's see these. So frequently asked questions, Stellarium wiki, landscapes and scripts. We've been to scripts and not to landscapes yet. Bug reporting, Google groups in the open collective. So, I mean, we're kind of getting into search the web, right? Let's see, in configuration. Yeah, that's like code stuff that's beyond me. This is actually all these different settings that we've changed, is my guess. So we tried this check updates button, but found that that is for just updating Stellarium in general. We're already at the latest version. This is the latest stable version of Stellarium 1.2. So open collective page kind of seems like in this original help, and maybe the frequently asked questions is the place we'll go to. I like that, frequently asked questions answers too. So, and maybe we can search in here, find a page, FAQ. So let's say I'm gonna search for, I'm just gonna do a command F, like global search in here, and ask for orbital. Click the get orbital elements button and wait for the file to be downloaded. Okay, well, that's step number 5 in adding a comet to Stellarium with the solar system editor plugin. Okay, so there's a solar system editor plugin, and maybe that same plugin, because editing implies also editing something that's already in there, will allow us to update those orbital elements for Pallas or for whatever. If you will remember, those plugins are actually under the configuration window, and here on the right tab at the top, plugins. So let's find solar system editor. Okay, it loads at startup, but configure. So note, this plugin edits a custom solar system configuration file for the minor bodies, which includes asteroids like Pallas, right? If something goes wrong and Stellarium crashes and or doesn't start, you can delete manually that file from. Anybody want to choose to remember this place? It's in the library and application support in Stellarium. Okay, so just in case, right? Export the solar system minor objects to a file. Import and replace the solar system minor objects from a file. Import and add solar system minor objects from file. Okay, so I think I've done that before. Like, a lot of astrologers work with the Centaur Chiron, and I'm not sure if centaurs are an option here. I'm going to search the search window, and well, let's see if they have centaurs here. They do not. Okay, let's see what happens if I go to object and search for Chiron. Chiron's not there, right? So maybe we have two objectives here. One, to add Chiron to the minor body, so that would be import and add solar system minor objects from a file. And then the other is import and replace the solar system minor objects from a file. All right, well, I'm guessing if I just say file, it's going to look for a file, right? So configuration file, we also see solar system here. So let's click on solar system, minor solar system objects. Okay, so there's options to remove, right? But you can see here, add new minor solar system objects. So that's good. You can import, comment, and asteroid data formatted in the export formats of the IAU's Minor Planet Center website. You can import files with lists of objects, download such lists from the internet, or search the online minor planet and comet ephemerides. Okay. And then an about window. All right, well, let's go to this website for the IAU's Minor Planet Center. Oh, unfortunately, that hyperlink seems to not be working for me. Bummer. So anyway, I can see how I can remove bodies. Okay, how about we click this, import orbital elements in MPC format. Select the type. Oh, how about online search? Query the, we can type it right in here. Let's search for Chiron. And there's Chiron. So I'm going to click on Chiron and add objects. Maybe as simple as that. Okay, what about updating Pallas? So let's type Pallas. Here we have Pallas. Okay, now let's look at these options here, right? So note that adding a large number of objects may cause Stellarium to run slowly. So it's like, don't add everything, okay? But overwrite existing objects only. Add new and update existing objects. Well, we want to update existing objects, right? Update only the orbital elements. Well, we were told that Pallas needed to have the orbital elements updated. Okay, so I feel like those are right. I'm going to click add objects, which sounds like it will only update the orbital elements. And check that out. Now the ecliptic longitude and latitude is 131. If you watched the previous video, I was noticing that here in the chart, while Pallas had a listing of 1031 Cancer, which is 131 celestial longitude, right? Because we go from 0 tropical Aries, 30 degrees to 0 Taurus, another 30 or 60 to 0 Gemini, another 30 or 90 to 0 Cancer, and then I'm going to add 10, so 90 plus 10 is 100 degrees of celestial longitude and 31 arc minutes, and now you see that Stellarium agrees. Before I pushed that button, and maybe you noticed, or you could rewind the tape, Pallas was at 111. But I actually don't think in this video it was even highlighted, but maybe as soon as I added Pallas, it did center there. I can't quite remember. Yeah, you know, there's other, I was speaking before about, well, what about the asteroid Osiris? And I can see that I could add the asteroid Osiris here. There's an asteroid called Brett. See how, remember last time I was talking about it, I've said many times, sometimes it's just like keyboard shortcuts take over. So I added an equatorial grid somehow and other things. Anyway, let me click on the asteroid Brett. Looks, it is an option. Why not? Okay. So again, as we were warned, don't add everything in the book. It'll slow your Stellarium down. But especially for those of you who are doing research, like on centaurs, for example, like Pholus, right? We could add Pholus here. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that being right. Many work with the centaur keyboard shortcut takeover. Geez, again. Charlico. I spelled it wrong. So I could go online and just say like Centaur. I thought it was like that. Sharik Low. All right, well, let's try that. There you go, add objects. Okay, and now when we go into the search window here, it already has Sharikla, which I just added up. Okay, I can go to Osiris. Oops, wrong button there. That's the configuration. I want the search window. There's Osiris. Currently very close to Zanaya, a star right here, but I turned the stars off somehow, and there we go, there's Zanaya. What do I want? I can just Command F, if you'll remember. And, well, those were keyboard shortcuts. Where is Brett currently? Down by the river, below the sea monster's head. At ecliptic longitude, far from the ecliptic, 22 degrees away, and about 16 degrees tropical Taurus 17, which is currently aligned to Uranus, actually. Fun stuff. All right, cool. Well, there you go. There's how to add objects and to update orbital elements for objects. That was like a nice aside. In our next video, as I promised before, we're going to get into the sky and viewing options window, where we'll be able to do things like add the ecliptic kind of essential markings for astrologers. See you there. Buttons.